Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me.
Recording this.
Deja vu.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just had a little deja vu.
What did you see? What happened?
A black cat went past us, and then another that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
Might have been, I'm not sure.
Switch, APOC.
What is it?
Welcome to Listen to Iron Maiden, baby. I'm Ash from South Wales.
I'm Hunter from New South Wales.
Hey man, haven't we been here before?
A little bit of...
Feels like I've been here before. 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 Oh, I had to stop that. Welcome to the podcast. Ante, how you doing, mate?
Good, man. Waking up. I know it's the afternoon, but I appreciate the...
Well, we
Black
got some
coffee.
canned coffee there, guys. I just put it on the Ante cam right there. So we live in Japan, and that's what people do here. We drink coffee in a can. Fantastic. Anyway, for new listeners, guys, I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan.
Massive.
For years and years, you know. Bruce's, I'm me breast, man. And Ante here is just getting into the band
Still learning.
via the podcast. And anyone that's listening or watching out there, as we should be available on YouTube right now, and Patreon for $1.
Only one.
That's right, $1. And if you are on Patreon, you get this 1 day earlier than the audio or the YouTube, as that's fair. The reason because we do play a lot of clips on here, and we would just like to make sure that we can keep consistently uploading stuff. YouTube is quite iffy.
Yeah, so we don't know. It might just not be there one day.
I just played a Matrix clip. This might never see the light of day.
Never know. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, for new listeners, guys, I'm a huge fan of the Maiden, Ante, and we became friends. And we're just, basically going through the entire discography, the entire history of the band, and Ante is coming along for the ride. And if anyone has anything interesting to teach Ante, please, this is the album, Somewhere in Time.
Let me know. I'm an empty vessel.
I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So if there's anything, teach Ante, teach this man.
I don't know much at all.
I know. Now, we did sing Adolf Hitler the Great last week.
Yeah. I couldn't help. Yeah.
Do you think people checked out because of that?
Possibly.
You
Did
do
something
get it
happen?
that it's only funny. Like, it's only funny in the context of Iron Maiden. It's funny because, Steve writes these songs about historical figures, and it seems quite rushed and quite just Wikipedia-ish. Wouldn't it be funny knowing Steve Harris if he had written a Hitler song?
Yeah.
So there's this funny video, right, where like basically the Iron Maiden's on tour with a bunch of bands, and they're all mostly Americans, and he's like, Bruce is pretending to be like a soldier. Alas, the Allies are going into war with us, Megadeth and whatever, and then he goes and the Scorpions, and I was just thinking like, aren't the Scorpions German?
Yeah, hang on.
Right? So that doesn't really work there, mate, They were the baddies. Skulls on their bloody crests. Anyway, so guys, we have gone through a bunch of songs. Ante, before we crack on.
Yeah.
So we've done this song. 6-6.
The number.
6-6. 6-6. The number of the beast. Did that one. We did this one. Fly on your way like an eagle. Did that one. We did this one. Have you come around to that one? Do you like that one now?
Never really hated it,
I know, me neither. I don't mind it.
but I
either.
can't help doing doobie doobie doo.
Live to fly, fly to live. Oh my god.
Oh,
We did that one.
chills.
And we did this one. Yeah. And they asked me, do I like coffee in a can?
Do you like coffee in a can? It's very enthusiastic.
I do. We did this one. 2 minutes to midnight. How can you not sing along to this shit?
Oh, can't help it.
We did this one.
Have to be a power slave.
We did this one, but it's way too long. No. Oh, masterpiece, yeah. And recently we did this one. Wow. And last week we did this one. Wasted time, always searching for those wasted years. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ante, we did have an email again.
Oh, love faxes. I mean emails.
That's right. Being in Japan, that is a real thing.
All about the facts.
All right, this is from old Michelle. Remember Michelle
Oh,
from Denmark?
yes.
Yeah, we thought it was Michael, but I think it's Michelle. It's spelled Michelle.
Our Viking friend.
No, it's Michael, but we just like making fun of him. Hi, Ash and Ante. Great new setup moving into video format. I really enjoy it, so thanks for that. Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, it's fun. It is. I always wanted to do video from the beginning, but it's just it's just harder to set up. And they set it up himself. I was like, well, I'm getting on that, mate.
Why not?
Why not? So somewhere in time, this was around the time I was introduced to Iron Maiden. My first album being Live After Death, with a strong collection of the best songs and a fantastic live performance. Yeah, I mean, Live After Death probably made more Iron Maiden fans than any other album, just because it's like you can see them on stage, the energy, hit after hit after hit. You know, it's fantastic. We will get there, mate. But we're going to use the live albums as like a way to come back and revisit the songs.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I must admit that it was a big change in sound for me with the synth guitars, but I really liked it, and I think that the Maiden discography, this is a truly unique album. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I was thinking the other day, I always wondered about, like, you know, fans of Iron Maiden from the first album, like going from, you know, Power Slave, and then next this album. I mean, it would be quite a big thing, you know, like a big difference. I mean, it starts off with synthesizers, you know, and Bruce said you can't play heavy metal with synthesizers.
There's definitely a sound change, but it's not a bad one.
I think it's amazing. Yeah, but you know, it can be jarring. But I've had it before, man. I said one of my favorite bands is band Foals. It's called Foals. Their first album is like this really like technical, all clean guitars. Like it's like computer sounds with guitars, basically, with the drum beat over it.
Yeah.
And I wanted more of that. And they come out with this like really emotional, slow album. And I was like, I don't want to listen to this.
Walked out.
I did. And then a year later, they played one of their songs on some TV show. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. Oh, I went back and listened to it. And I was like, I was an idiot. I was a fool.
Will you take me back?
Please.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Nice.
And yeah, but like, so I can imagine being an Iron Maiden fan and, you know, this is not metal. They've got synthesizers on it.
Every little group has
This Wasted Years song has got a poppy chorus in it. You know, but I can imagine, you know, 100%. I mean, think of the first album.
Right.
To now.
It just clicked for me.
Right? It's a bit of a trek, you know. It's quite a bit of a trek, you know.
Kind of miss Paul in a way.
I do miss Paul. Sometimes I think like, oh, I would love to hear Paul.
You had a good year.
Yeah, I mean, you did a great year. I think I've got it. Well, I did.
Have a good.
No, let's put it right now. No other album sounds like it, and it just have a good combination of shorter, really good Adrian Smith songs and longer Steve Harris anthems. That's true. Adrian did write a couple of good songs on this album. In my opinion, a really strong album. Very different, but strong. Oh, you sound like Steve. This song's really strong. He always says that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a strong album. I think it is true. Just imagine what it would have been like if Bruce had contributed with a couple of songs as well. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, Bruce was not like, oh, I'll play an interview later, and you can tell that Bruce is just like, oh, we gotta play this shit again. But he managed to come back. And the cover, oh my god, you already covered this in the previous episode. It goes to show what Derek Riggs was able to do in terms of details when he wasn't rushed by Maiden's manager to make a cover for an album or single.
Right.
Amazing. That's true, guys. Maiden is a band that were like, basically reactive. Okay, we need this right now. Paint it. We need this right now. Get the album. Even the band were rushed in the studio.
Right. Yeah.
They were knocking out an album a year, and luckily there's more than one songwriter. Because imagine if Adrian hadn't contributed to the last couple of albums.
Yeah.
They would have been an Adolf Hitler the Great. I mean, he could have written. Well, he's already done Genghis Khan, but with no lyrics.
I think back then too, like bands were just more active, right, with pumping out. Like that's awesome, an album a year. Then you got like people like Tool who'll bring one out every 7 to 10 years. And it's like, come on,
I know.
man.
How old were you in 1986?
6.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like what TV shows are on, because I'm sure Steve House would have watched some TV show from that time and made it into a show.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I guess we talked about Back to the Future. You mentioned that was 85.
85, and then this is 86.
Wouldn't an Iron Maiden Back to the Future song been pretty good though?
They could have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lyrical content there. For sure. What would the chorus be though?
Oh. Got me thinking.
Because what's the premise of the whole thing? In a DeLorean, going back. It can't be Back to the Future.
I'm sure they'll be yelling something about 88 miles an hour.
Back to the future.
Oh, sorry, I was...
Give me like a rhythm. Din, 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 din.
Oh, the gallop.
Yeah, give me a gallop.
DeLorean,
Old man. A guy called Marty something. I don't know the movie. Sorry, I can't go anything.
88 miles an hour.
Okay. Is that...
I don't know.
Is that the speed?
That's, when they...
I'm not familiar with the movie. Oh, that sounded good though. 88 miles per hour. Yeah. That would have been... Man, someone out there, write an Iron Maiden themed
Steve,
Back to the Future song. Yeah, Steve, go back to this one.
Do what you do, man.
It'll be good. I think it will be really good.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on the topic of singles and share your view and thoughts. For the first two albums, they used the singles to give their fans more music and song other than the ones from the albums.
Well, that's better than less music.
That's true. After that, it seems like they went into picking the obvious hits and songs that best could promote the album, the singles. Running Free, you could argue there was already...
Say it right.
Running Free! Yes. It was... Running Free, was already released on the Soundhouse tapes, that's true. Iron Maiden, Sanctuary, and Women in Uniform. They're not on the original albums, but they were released as singles. Yeah. It's weird, Nick, because like Maiden are never trying to be mainstream, but they were assigned to a label.
Yeah.
And it's a give and take there. So they're like, can you just cover this Australian song, Women in Uniform, which they did. And Twilight Zone and Purgatory on Killers. I really like Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
But it is more of an accessible song on the album, maybe. And and then they went to Number the Beast, Run to the Hills.
Yeah.
Number the Beast, Flight of Icarus Trooper, 2 Minutes to Midnight, and then Somewhere in Time is Wasted Years and Stranger in the Strange Line.
Yep.
All right, let's be honest, right? Run to the Hills, Number the Beast, easy singles, I think.
Very, yeah.
Maybe Number the Beast is a bit too long, but like it's so interesting. I think like it really helped them.
Yeah.
And plus, just having a song with 666 in it was worth the publicity in its own. Right? You know what I mean? Right?
Scary guys.
Yeah. I think they took a risk there.
Yeah.
Flight of Icarus and the Trooper. Yeah, I mean that's a good example of the Trooper's really, it's Iron Maiden at its best, but it's still catchy.
Yeah.
Flight of Icarus is just really, really catchy. 2 Minutes and Aces High. It's a good mix, isn't it? Like quite not basic, but standard rock.
It's like you were saying before, very easy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, and then Wasted Years. It's on this album. I don't think there's any other contender for a single really. But he says,
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When I look at the singles released from each album, the choices for the singles makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, me too. And I more or less agree with the choices until Somewhere in Time. The first choice, Wasted Years, absolutely a great song, huge hit and a strong promotion for the album. But Stranger in a Strange Land as the second single for me is a wrong choice. My choice would be Heaven Can Wait. I think it's a much more commercial song and works super well live. Easy to sing along to the chorus, and it's a really good song. My question to you guys is, how did you see the topic of choosing singles from an album, and what is your opinion on the choices made from Iron Maiden so far in the timeline, including the Summertime album? Well, we just said really, it's quite like because there comes a point with a band where the band's choice is important, but it's also the label is going to be like, well, you should go with this one, and we are paying for it,
right,
kind of thing. But Maiden have always been more like we don't give a shit kind of thing, which is true. But like, don't they want to be successful? Don't they? It's not like they're purposely writing like 12-minute songs to be dicks. Like, you know, they want to be successful, and I think
fuck you. Listen to this,
right? But. Like I don't know, it's a weird. I'm not sure because Steve is really contradictory. Contradicts himself quite a lot. Because like he does say like, well, we don't really care about that anyway. But then clearly the things he's doing is to be more successful.
Yeah.
And then he suddenly decides he doesn't want to be later on. You know.
Too late. Oh well, yeah. You can still...
it's very odd. But I think the singles are quite easy. You know. As straight as you can. He said Heaven Can Wait instead of Stranger in a Strange Land. I think Stranger in a Strange Land, it could have been any other song really on the album. Wasted Years is easy. But at least Stranger in a Strange Land is quite different tempo and quite like din, 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 din. It's got like, I don't know. Heaven Can Wait. Well, we'll talk about that in this podcast. I'll let you know about how I feel about that song. But I can't really think of another song they would. Well, any other song really.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Sea of Madness is kind of too heavy. Deja Vu is a bit too heavy. You know, at least it's got a groove to it or something. I don't know.
It all really depends on like what your perspective on what a single really is for. Is it for the people who are already fans, or it's let's get some more?
Yeah, that's true.
In there, so
only Wasted Years I think is capable of getting more fans.
Right.
Really, like. Standard fans, as my friend calls them, mouth breathers. Yeah, mouth breathers. But greetings from Denmark and keep up the amazing work on the podcast. Thank you, Michael Ruiz, Michelle.
Thanks again. Nice to hear from you again.
Did you enjoy the Deja Vu, The Matrix?
I did. I feel like watching Matrix again.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day of watching The Matrix, but then I remember the other movie, so I was like, oh, I don't really want to. Same as Game of Thrones, I just can't watch it anymore. Oh, I did watch a movie the other day though.
What did you watch?
Bloody Deadpool.
Oh, what'd you think?
Well, have you seen it?
Not yet, but I'm hearing good things.
Well, here's the thing, right? I cannot stand Ryan Reynolds.
I remember you saying that.
But he did buy a soccer team in my country.
That's right.
And it has helped them tremendously. And so I wanted to support him, the club, by proxy, by supporting him. So I went to watch it. I like Wolverine. I like the Logan movie, etc.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of comic book movies.
Right.
And
well, there's been so many of them in the last how many years, right?
Honestly, I was really like, I couldn't believe just how meta, like talking about, like, it's not even, it's meaningless trash, basically.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, because, the character of Deadpool is supposed to be like breaking the fourth wall, but then they're talking about like Hugh Jackman's divorce and shit in the middle of the film. And I was like,
are you serious?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. And like, I can't stand Ryan Reynolds' humor anyway.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman's really good. He's a good actor, so he's very good in it. But like, I don't know. This whole like multiverse bullshit now, I just come sick of it. And
so it's a no for you on that one, or?
It's not a good film, but you can definitely enjoy it if you're into that world, because like you'd be like, it's just member berry central. Remember that guy? Remember that, from South Park,
Okay, yeah.
Remember Star Wars, It's like the whole thing is that.
Because I read a quick thing on, was it Wesley Snipes? Apparently, he said he didn't like his humor in one of the Blades.
There
But
we
now
go.
he's like, well, I guess people like it, but I still kind of don't.
Well, even that is like, I know, I love Blade movies. I know Ryan Reynolds was in it and didn't like Ryan
didn't like
Reynolds.
Ryan-
And then,
I totally forgot he was in it.
yeah, spoiler for anyone. You said Wesley Snipes. That's a spoiler, isn't it?
I haven't seen the movie.
Why did you say...
I read an article about him talking about.
Oh, never mind. Well, let's stop talking about it. Anyway,
Did you just spoil it for me now?
No, I didn't. Anyway, I didn't.
okay.
I was not a fan. But I'm not a fan anyway of those movies. But I just went to support Wrexham.
I know what you are a fan of, though.
What?
Iron Maiden.
I'm Maiden.
Yeah. Anyway, mate. We haven't done this in a while. Classic.
Gotta love that.
All right. So this is a song written by old Adrian. Adrian Smith gets another song on the album. This was actually on the tour when they started playing live.
Yep.
But they got replaced very quickly.
Why?
I don't know. See, this is how the podcast works. I bring up something that I know a little bit about, and then someone in the comments goes, well, actually, blah, 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 blah. See? Deadpool.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes. All right, make it. So let's check out this song. It's called The Sea of Madness. Already, great riff. The bass seems a little bit high to me. Right? It's like, I on the last two songs, I feel like the mix is great.
Yep.
It's not, but for me, the bass, I like that. I don't mind the sound of doon, but it just sounds like it's not part of the mix. I mean, let's go back. My ears can't lock onto the guitar. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly, yeah. As soon as it came in, you're just thinking, bass.
Yeah, the bass
Yeah.
should be the bass, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to, the riff of like, and I know like Nico from Licks of the Beast did a great video about this song, like how Dave and Adrian are playing slightly different parts to it.
Right.
So that's what makes it sound so cool. But I can't lock into it because fucking Steve is going clanky fucking strings. Like, I don't hate it, but
No, you're right.
do you know what I mean? It's a little bit. Turn it down a bit, mate. All right, so because it's an Adrian song, Bruce gets a chance to sing, some melodies over it.
It's like he can drag out the syllables,
Right, exactly,
hit some notes,
yeah.
and
Great, right? All right, so let's get into like the pre-chorus now, which is just great. Oh, it's sexy, isn't it? Isn't it really sexy?
It is.
How sexy is that? Let's go back. Oh. Ready? See, Bruce, another pattern. He can see, but he can't believe it. Is it real? We don't know.
It's all a dream.
I see. I love that part, but then it just steps up another level to the core comment, right? So rhyming words in songs is funny because I guarantee this song was written by Adrian and he called it The Sea of Madness first, maybe.
Yeah.
The reason why I know that is because the rhyming of the chorus is really awkward. He's called it Sea of Madness, right? So he wants the song to be called Madness. So then he's got to rhyme madness. So there's only really one word to rhyme it with. Madness. Oh. Sadness. So like when you hear sadness, next bar is going to say Sea of Madness.
There you go.
Right? So this is
Sadness.
yeah, exactly. There's only one, right? So there's this great website called B Rhymes. So a lot of people use this for like when I was in a band, of course, and writing lyrics. So find words that almost rhyme. You don't want words that rhyme, almost rhyme. So here's the top. So let's type in
Almost.
right. Yeah. Madness. What rhymes with madness, right? So you don't want it on the nose. All right. So number one is Magnus. Sadness is number two.
Wow.
What's
All right.
Cadmus? I didn't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
It's got the definition here, but whatever. aptness, I guess. Oh, redness. All you do can only bring you redness.
What is summer in Japan?
That's right, that's true. Correctness. I mean, what do we have? Strapless. I mean, you
Never
go
a different
anywhere.
song.
Yeah. Erasmus. That's a great word.
What does Erasmus mean?
I know. Let's try.
I'd love to use that in a line somewhere.
Erasmus. What's the definition? Definition is a male given name from a Greek word meaning beloved. Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a name.
Oh, okay.
Erasmus!
Erasmus.
Come here.
That's a great name, isn't it? I like it. Yeah. I like it.
What have you done, Erasmus?
Erasmus, clean up your room.
Erasmus, have you done your chores?
I know. It rolls off the tongue, isn't it? I'm
Erasmus.
changing my name to Erasmus.
I like it.
I love it. Oh, there's got to be already someone on Instagram called Erasmus.
I was calling my daughter Abritus the other day.
Why?
I was playing Bloodborne.
Oh,
There's one of the, so and I'm like, I like that name, Abritus.
Bloodborne. Is that really hard game?
It's one of those Souls
Oh,
games,
yeah.
but it's the best one.
All I'm playing is Helldivers 2, man. I just cannot stop playing it.
I
I've
still
maxed
got to
out.
play that, man.
It's so much fun. Yeah, I'm just smashing these bugs. I'm just, you fucking bugs, get down. I'm going to smash you in the head.
I got to get around to it, man.
It's too much fun.
Yeah.
Anyway. Even though this song I love this song, but I just love when you know when the chorus line's going to hit. 'Cause it sets it up. Can only bring you sadness. Or,
If your name's Erasmus.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love for him to go into Erasmus, but you know Steve didn't write this song. Like a river we will flow. That's too kind of standard, I think, for Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's just not the best, but he would never write a line like a river we will flow, in my opinion. And he would have stolen something much better. But you know what I mean? Though? Adrian is such a talented guitar player and I reckon songwriter with riffs and things like that. But let's be honest, he didn't make it on his own.
Yeah.
He failed on his solo stuff. Let's be honest. Before he was in Maiden, he was in a band and didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
After Maiden, ASAP, Adrian Smith, and Project.
Patrol.
Yeah, Arse Patrol, something like that.
Yeah.
And then he ended up in Bruce's backing band. Adrian Smith is so vital to Iron Maiden's sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
But by himself, he just doesn't seem to have that thing.
Yeah.
And I like Say of Madness, but like a river we will flow just doesn't seem like a Maiden lyric to me, but yeah, so that's a little bit of a down point from the chorus into a really uplifting solo into that clean part.
Flawless, right?
Brilliant.
That
And then it builds
transition,
right back into this part again. Remember that, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Adrian can do it. Maybe let him write some of the songs. And to be honest, in the newer stuff, all the Adrian stuff is really to the point. Where I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's the skill, man. That was just so good. The riff is really, really cool. But the lyrics, things like, the like a river, it's something not. But then that break part is so good.
That solo, that transit, that's for me a very big cherry on top, man.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah. So Caught Somewhere in Time, what an opener.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could say is I just trimmed down the choruses a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Wasted Years is Wasted Years, fantastic. Into this, I love it, but it's great because it's not a Steve song, and it feels to me really clearly not a Steve song because it's got his bass, of course, because he didn't write the other tune, his fucking bass up in the parts.
Fuck you.
He definitely did, for sure, right? I know.
Fuck off! Don't be a twat.
Steve's leaving over the desk again. Oh man. Stop it.
Turn in knobs.
Erasmus.
Erasmus. But man, Say Madness is a great song, but it's also why I like it as well, because it just doesn't feel like a Steve song. And that's a good thing. I'm trying to be, I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm trying to find things that makes it not, that's the thing with me. A lot of Iron Maiden songs are just fantastically, almost perfect to me. But I like finding the things that make it not perfect. You know, like
Yeah.
why isn't this as good as Halle Bailey name? Well, because Steve didn't steal lyrics for it. You know,
Yeah.
or Adrian. You know, in this case. But yeah, I think the bass is a little bit too high again on certain parts. I like the chorus, but it just makes me laugh when I'm like, oh, I see madness, sea of madness. It's
sadness.
Yeah. It's gonna be coming. You know,
Yeah.
like it. What's the word? Like when it sets it up early, you can see it coming. There's a word for it. Oh, maybe telegraph is the word. Telegraph. I'm gonna say telegraph.
Yeah.
It telegraphs it with sadness because there's not a lot of words that rhyme
Right.
with sadness. It can only be madness or Erasmus. And I don't think Adrian was into Erasmus.
No.
And I'll tell you why, because let's watch a little video of the band having an interview about this album.
Okay.
And I gotta say, mate, that Adrian Smith is one of the most awkward, slimy little men you've ever met in your life. And I just mean, like, he's so uncomfortable in this video. He's just like squirming, like, oh, I gotta talk about myself. Oh no. Let's check it out. Okay, here's little old Nico trying to be like, not to brag that he's a pilot.
He's not shy.
I went over to Jersey and flying over. Oh, you're a pilot? Oh yes, I am, by the way. You know, it's like
All pilots like to do that. Even I pull that one out every now
really?
and then. Yeah. Hey, did I tell you I used to fly?
See, but yeah, that's fine. That's not too bad. The ones that worse for me is like when people like pretend.
And like try and let you like pick up and
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Were you a pilot?
And they're like, nah, I wasn't that good. You know? Like it's pure David Brent, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Anyway.
Just popped around a bit, you know.
That's right, because you're a flyer now. You're actually a pilot, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Look on his face too.
See, he's like, thank you for asking me that. I've been dying to tell everybody that I'm a pilot.
Someone please acknowledge my greatness in aviation.
Yeah, see, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Let's pull that back, right? Like, he's like...
The face lights
Right?
up. Yeah.
Popped around a bit, you know.
That's right, because you're a flyer.
Okay,
now. You're actually
what
a
does he
pilot.
say? Let's go back. Wait, let's go back.
Did a bit of flying, went across to Jersey.
I see. Did a bit of flying, went across to Jersey. See, he said, did a bit of flying. Now, that itself would have been enough. But he said, went across to Jersey. Like,
Come on.
I wasn't flying, you know, at least you went to a different place. So then the guy's got to be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Look at his face.
Not for too long. Just popped around a bit, you know.
That's right, because you're a flyer now. You're actually a pilot, aren't you?
Yes. Watch out up there, you lot.
All right, I'm going to say that Nico probably has drumsticks in his pocket all the time. And he just like drops them on the floor sometimes, like, oh, I'm sorry. And he picks them up like, oh,
You're a drummer.
yeah. Nah. I love this part where Steve has got a fucking pint in his hand. Let's move this down here. It's hilarious. Go on, Steve.
So after your holiday, you actually began work on your new album at the beginning of the year. That's right, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right, yeah. We had about 4 or 5 weeks in Jersey as usual. We've done the same thing for the last 3 years, go out to Jersey and supposedly go, you know, completely quiet and so you can sort of write and everything.
When we actually got back to start getting some music together.
You went to Jersey. I know someone who flew there.
Really?
Like, actually was the pilot that flew to Jersey.
Should we ask him?
Yeah.
You might enjoy it. All right, Dave Murray here. Like, guys, just this is a great interview, like showcasing how much of a nice guy he is. So soft-spoken and nice. Just like, I like, you know, as you know,
It was like a real good feeling because like it just sort of sparked, you know, and it's sort of everyone back together. And you remember like all the good times and all that. So it just started again, you know.
Is that one of the black buses?
No, it's not. All right, guys. So we let's do some Deadpool here. Okay, so let's break the fourth wall.
Yep.
We're doing this in Arnte's factory.
Yeah, workshop. Yeah.
Workshop, you know, Ante is a maker.
Of wares.
Also, what are we doing, mate?
Oh, you know, just made this just on the side. Had a bit of time. Yeah.
Oh, really? Do you make stuff, do you?
I make things. So.
Yeah. So we're right outside the street. You know, it's really, really hot right now in the summer in Japan. It's like insane. Like if you've ever been here in the summer, like it's not just hot; it's just the humidity. It is like a shower.
Never come in
right?
summer. Yeah.
It's just like you're in the shower all the time, and like we managed to like get the noise down a little bit in here, but we've got to keep the window open as well. So sometimes you're gonna hear stuff, guys. Whatever, we didn't give a shit. And also, got the ante cam right there. Like, what do you think the purpose of that is?
To look at an answer.
Yeah, it is for ante, but it's because of things like that where we have to like cut suddenly, and I can cut to the ante cam and smoothly go back into another, part where it's not so abrupt and jarring, right? Yeah, the magic of editing. Yeah. If this was like a live stream, it would be hilarious because it'd be like, all right, let me just find the sound a second. Wait. Like, sorry guys, just a second.
Don't like mangoes.
There it was. 10 minutes later. Okay.
So you put the videos together, do you?
I do.
Oh, wow. So you're an editor.
Well, some call me that, but I would never say that myself. But, I guess a dream weaver is a better word. A weaver of dreams.
Dream weaver. Sorry.
Anyway.
Creative purple patch or whatever the phrase is on this album. I mean, you've actually come up with, I think, 3 tracks. We've all the words and
he's got one earring.
Yeah.
That's cool.
all the music. Because in the past, I think you worked with Steve and Bruce on the words.
Yeah, I just used to come up with music, but I thought, well, just as a new sort of a challenge, really, just make it more interesting for myself, just to have a go at writing lyrics, because it's not as easy as people. Well, some people might think. It's quite difficult to get lyrics that actually sound good and mean something,
Right.
But I usually come up with music first because I find that easier. But I've always got ideas for melodies, vocal melodies. So I thought, why not just write some lyrics and just see how it works out. It's a bit difficult. I mean, you've got to write for somebody else to sing them. So you've got to take, it's a different way of writing. But it's new, so it's good to do something new on an album,
Oh, cool.
So uncomfortable.
He was moving around, man.
Yeah. See, once again, Dave, Murray, Agent Smith, just 2 nice blokes. One likes fishing, one likes Hawaiiing.
That's the thing?
I don't know. What do you do in Hawaii? Just Hawaii thing.
Hawaii.
Yeah. And that's Dave. And yeah, they're just fantastic blokes, man. Well, that's why Eddie is so important to Maiden. Because these guys have got no charisma whatsoever.
That's a good point.
Megadeth, Dave Mustaine is, say what you want about his voice, but he's got a vibe,
Yeah.
Metallica, those guys are all.
I love Megadeth, but I'll still say Dave. He's a bit of a twat.
Yeah, but he's got a vibe, right? Yeah, he's got that thing. When you look at him, he knows what he's just cool,
And then just being greedy by using a rattlehead on the cover.
Yeah. They do have rattlehead, yeah. But Rod was right that they needed a figure because they don't have the personality, but they're just nice guys.
So there's a Dave Murray composition on the new album as well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See, Dave didn't bring up that he wrote a song on the album. See, that's the difference between him and Nico. Nico would be like, I was just finished up the song that I wrote the other day. It was really, really good. I wrote it, and it was a good song.
You wrote that song?
Oh, yeah. I mean, most of it, but I don't want to talk about it. Like, see,
No, you're right. You didn't. Just as happy though.
Right?
Yeah,
but
it is. That's genuine.
Yeah.
Like,
look at that face. Look at that smile.
He's a smiley guy.
By the way, I wrote a bunch of songs.
Did you?
My band has 2 albums out that you can listen to online. Called the band name is Never Tell. Never Tell. The albums. The first one is called Favorite Story. The second one is called Why Not. Why not? So why not check him out, guys? Doesn't sound anything like Iron Maiden, but it does have that poppy wasted years choruses that we love.
That is true. It's good stuff.
And Ante here has his own podcast called The Waiting Room, which is about if you're interested in Japan and people who doing stuff in Japan.
Also filmed in this studio.
That's right.
We just really cheaply. I just changed the signs.
Yeah, you just changed the sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good fun, eh? You and Rachel chatting about Japan and movies and stuff like that. If you want to check it out. I mean,
why not?
Yeah, imagine someone said like, all right, you do 2 podcasts now. So someone's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing a podcast. What do you say? I do too.
Oh, you do a podcast? I do too.
Two of the bastards in the same place. I just changed the sign.
Too busy.
But yeah, Dave Murray loving it.
Called Deja Vu.
Yeah, and
Deja vu. And his name is Dave. Deja vu. Deja vu.
not Vujade. Yeah.
Not Vujade. Come on, Dave. Hey. You bastard.
Yeah.
What's Vujade?
I swear you've never been there before. You know.
That's actually funny. Yeah. Deja vu is like when you feel like you've been there before. And that one, Vujade, or whatever the fuck he said, you've never been there before.
But, yeah, I had some ideas on the tape and that, and I gave them to Steve, and he sort of come up with, you know, some lyrics and stuff, and put it all together. And it actually was written pretty much at the studio, you know, in the Bahamas.
See, all Dave's songs start the same. They start with some chords, like finger-picked clean guitar, with a solo lead over it, and then it goes into the song.
Yeah.
Everyone, they're so easy to know.
Of course, it said, though, that you come up with, was it one song every 3 years for an album?
What a arsehole thing to say to him right there, though.
Yeah, because what's that implying?
Yeah,
You
like-
don't do shit, right?
I know. Oh, you only come up with one song every 3. I mean, it's fucking Dave Murray, for God's sake.
And turn around and go, yeah, but they're fucking good songs.
Yeah, he does write good songs. Well, you know, good riffs anyway. But he does his job is to play the fucking guitar, and he does it really, really well. So shut up, dick. God.
It's not very nice, is
Right?
it?
What a shitty question. And like Dave, you know.
That's right. Well, that was, you know, perfect timing, because that was the third year.
I don't like that question.
No.
I mean, Dave is a nice guy.
Such a nice guy, right? Yeah.
It's, you know, to say that. Like, Ante, divorce.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not right to do, right?
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, what's Bruce got to say?
New album, there's 8 tracks on the new album, right? Do you have any particular favourites?
The title track, Somewhere in Time, Caught Somewhere in Time, Stranger in a Strange Land.
Now, you've mentioned that one to me before, actually. That's the track Adrian.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. The main reason I like that one is because being a major Deep Purple fan of old, it's got that.
Is it possible that because Bruce was basically like on the way out of Maiden right now, that he was like, I want Stranger in a Strange Land to be the single, or I'm gone? Possibility? Could have been that.
That kind of crunching, gargly Hammond sound at the beginning, which is all done with mirrors. it's all one of these wonderful Roland guitar synths.
So, okay, he said it's all done with mirrors. What does that mean? Do you get it?
Oh, I'm guessing Smoke and Mirrors?
Oh, good man. That's right. Smoke and mirrors for our Brazilian fans out there. This is an Iron Maiden podcast. We've probably got 1 million Brazilian fans. Yeah, smoke and mirrors means like tricks, magic, special magic.
Synthesized guitar.
Yeah, and it's got that great grindy kind of.
Yeah, it's very atmospheric, isn't it? Very sort of moody.
Yes.
I don't remember that part in the song. Dun, dun, dun.
It's in his head, though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And so it's got that nice grinding of gears, Hammond organ sound at the beginning, and great riff, and good groove, and
It does have a good groove.
everything, and lots of blues in it, in the vocal to it, especially the chorus. Sensory deprivation, temporary deafness, you know, and same old songs. Don't want to do that anymore.
See? That's where Bruce is at the time. So
Right.
he didn't have anything with, like, no musical contribution to the... He wanted to do acoustic stuff. He doesn't want to play 666 anymore.
No.
And I can, you know, you do get burned out. I can understand.
Yeah, that's true.
But also, you know, to give him a bit of creativity on the album, you know, he did write some, you know, well, little bits of parts, whatever, vocally, I guess. But, you know, it takes a toll, really, you know, singing the all same songs over and again. He wants to do his own thing. Luckily, the next album, Steve is like, what about this? And he's like, fuck yeah. And, you know, thank God for that. But yeah, Bruce stays on for another 3 albums.
You think that was forced then, or it was a bit like a up and down kind of thing?
I don't know, because I think he does his solo album in the middle of one of them. Yeah, no, he does. I think after the next album,
Yeah.
he does a solo album, and they use one of his songs for I Maiden.
Okay, yeah.
And I bet he's like, for fuck's sake, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. He did stay, because Adrian leaves after the next album, but Bruce stays on for 2. I don't know if it's for money or whatever.
Okay.
But those 2 albums are very controversial because they're not the classics, you know?
Yeah.
But they're still very interesting. But yeah, I'm interested in why Bruce stayed on for as long as he did, because
they still got, in my opinion, I don't know what you think, but if they wrapped things up in the next album or so at this time, they still would have been set.
Right? They're a classic band, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's true, because if you retire early, you get the, you know, we did it. You go out on a high, kind of thing. But at the same time, like, it's great to see Iron Maiden live, playing the old classics, whatever.
Yeah.
And for themselves, they can write new songs and new albums, and that's for them, really. You know, we're not really interested in the. Well, Maiden fans are really interested in the new stuff. But like, if you go see like the Rolling Stones, people do not want to hear new songs.
Yeah,
they just want to hear the classics. But the band need to be challenged creatively, so they got to do that as well. But it's, you know, it's not easy to please everybody, you know, because you know, especially in a band like a metal band, because you know, there's only so many good riffs you can do.
True.
But yeah, I don't know. I can see
Bring out
is a
something
bit
new, and everyone goes bollocks.
Yeah. Do you want to put synthesizers in it? 4 years ago, no. Now,
no.
yes.
Oh, bring it on.
Yeah.
So you do the new album, right?
Bollocks.
And that kind of saves your psychic bacon, because then you're buzzing with all these new songs and all these new tracks, and a new stage show and new stage clothes I've got and everything. And you're thinking, wow, this is great. This is a real creative challenge now. I'm going to go out and make this work and make it tick.
This album, I think there's not a track on the album I can say that I'm not, you know, I'm unhappy with, you know. Whether the individual tracks are stronger than others, it's difficult to be objective. I think they're really, really strong. I think it's a very, very powerful album.
I do think this album works very much as an album. Like, listening to from top to bottom helps it a lot. Where if you put the songs on an individual basis, except for maybe Wasted Years, it could be deemed to suffer from that. So I know what you mean.
As an overall album, I would say it's probably the best thing we've done probably since the first album.
Shorts are very short, aren't they?
Yeah, Steve loves those shorts. I mean, his bollocks are really going to pick a lot of the day. But he just said, like, stronger than the first album. So I think he means like on a song-to-song basis. So Steve always talks about strong songs. I think he thinks the first album's got like all bangers, but just the production's terrible. Whereas like...
Oh, as in first album with like the first album.
Yeah, that's what he means, right? Yeah. So like he just said that compared to the first album. But like Power Slave, for God's sake, I mean, maybe he feels there's some weaker tracks on there. I thought Peace of Mind was his favorite album anyway.
Yeah.
But, who knows what. I mean, it's a promo, isn't it? So they're trying to big up the album.
If I had to actually pin you down and say, Dave Murray, what is your favourite Iron Maiden album? What would it be?
Well, I'd say Somewhere in Time, but then it could be Power Slave, or it could be Peace of Mind. Or it could be...
Depends when I ask you.
Yeah, it depends what time of the day it is, the show. But I've got...
I get that, because it's like when people are like, who's your favourite band? Who am I listening to at the moment? So.
Exactly. But within Iron Maiden, like, whatever album I'm listening to at the time is my favourite, usually.
There you go.
Well, you know, except for, like, the Blaze stuff.
Get it! Get it! Fucking get it!
Sorry, Blaze. But even those albums, when I listen to them, there's
still something there for you.
Yeah, there is still something. There is something there, right?
Yeah.
And you will see Blaze has got a lot of redeeming points to him, but yeah, it's very hard to pinpoint what's your favorite one, because it's just whatever I'm into at the time, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I've got like sort of favourite tracks and that, and I'll go back and listen to, you know, out of them. But let's say each album, I always feel, that's the best one we've done, you know.
I think actually though, the next album is probably my favorite.
Yeah. What's the next one?
Seventh Son.
Oh,
Seventh Son.
Yeah. Score.
It's too good.
Mm.
But if you want more, you'll have to check us out next week. All right, you can email us at listentoimaidenbaby@gmail.com. We will read out your email if if you send one to us.
Mm-hmm. And you're not a twat.
That's
I'll
right.
probably read it out anyway.
That's right. Listening to the podcast on all audio formats, but also you can check out for 100% definitely available is on our Patreon for $1.
Mm-hmm. Or 100 cents. Sorry.
That's right.
Yeah.
100 cents. Or at $1.
Yeah.
Which sounds better?
100 cents does sound a bit expensive. And then it's oh,
That's
no,
right.
hang on a sec. Yeah.
Yeah.
$1.
$1. Do you see bucks in Australia?
Yeah, yeah.
I see.
Yeah, we use bucks.
Oh, that's weird. That's
buck.
Very American. But yes, all the videos and the podcast. So the back episodes, we've only started doing video recently, so all the others are in audio format, and they're available on Spotify and all the podcast places. The video is available the day earlier on Patreon, and you can private message us there too, and we'll have a bit of a laugh. And yeah, and hopefully it will be uploaded to YouTube, and you can listen to us there. But until then, catch you next time with Heaven Can Wait, and possibly a bit of Deja Vu.
Hey.
Deja Vu. All right, guys. Catch you next time.
Take it easy, guys.